Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for July 1st, 2022. Also being timeless, wherever you're catching it time. It might be relevant, it might just be entertaining, but if you found your way across this, stick around and enjoy the show. You don't have to force this to fit your life. You can seriously just discard this. If you have any questions about booking any type of reading with me or any of the services I provide, at the beginning and the end of the video, there is a little mini video with all the ways of contact. So feel free to utilize those, and let's see what might be right for you. So I'm going to read this beginning part into two parts. There's fives in here, so I know that something in your life is changing. But first, I want to look at this. Some sort of emotionally unstable, manipulative, toxic feminine energy in your life is feeling like it can't move forward. Feminine does not equate to being a woman, by the way. We all have feminine and masculine inside of us. This is the more introspective, nurturing aspects of you that are potentially out of balance, or this could be somebody that you're dealing with who's dealing with something like that. All right, so the Death card in reverse is talking about not learning from the past, but also it's somebody who refuses to wake up. It's somebody who refuses to do the work on themselves. This might be you. This might be somebody that you're dealing with. They're experiencing a lot of shortcomings and setbacks, and it's a major case of the efforts that this person is dancing around, jumping into. The overindulgence, the saturation of whatever it is that you have been contemplating in your life. Don't put yourself in that point of an escape. We have the Temperance here. It's really just... Temperance is all about taking your time, slow, methodical. This is like cutting some sort of journey about you short, some sort of ambition short. Do I think that this is love and relationships? Not even a little. Not even a little. This does not have to deal with love. This is dealing with various commitments in your life, and I guess what you want to pursue in your life. The change is having faith and breaking some sort of standard in your life that I think has been held in tradition by those around you. So there's a lot of anger that is being felt in this, and it's a very passionate debate that's going on with you. So I see also there's the throat chakra activation and the base chakra. You need to get a hold of I guess speaking out. You need to start doing that, but also you need to do it from a place of confidence and create your own sense of security. You are the only person who has the ability to unlock your potential. It brings me back to this quote. I think I'm just going to partial the quote right here. If you strive for knowledge, then nobody can stop you. If you don't care enough to learn, then nobody can help you. I know I'm butchering it. I know that I am. But a person who is driven and in the pursuit of knowledge, if they never give up on that, if they always strive to take in some sort of information about this, they are such an unstoppable force. And again, this is in what seems to be a life path experience for you. It could be career, it could just be the general direction that your life is taking. But whatever this toxic feminine energy is, this cannot afford to have a case of the efforts in their life. It looks like, just seeing how the Queen of Cups is in reverse with here, is incredibly emotionally unstable next to the Death in reverse. This is somebody, if they are the ones in toxicity, then they do not want to be held accountable. They don't want to, hear that in the background? This is somebody who doesn't want to be held accountable. who casts the blame on other people, who's so quick to point the finger in another direction. So if this is you, I kind of don't know what to say to that other than it's time to take accountability for yourself. But if this is somebody that you're dealing with, then this person, why is it that you're keeping this person in your radius? I see that you have wanted and tried and attempted to make some sort of a compromise with this type of energy. Maybe not even this exact person, but you've tried to reconcile why this has been a theme in your life. And I think that if this is somebody from your long past, this is something that's been a regular dispute. This is such a cycle with this dynamic of whatever the connection is. And again, I don't think that this is love. So this could be family, it could be peers and friends, this could be even business related. I see that it's one of those, and we have balance being restored. The balance being restored is when the person who has been manipulated actually starts to stand up for themselves. So this may be somebody who is used to freezing or fawning, or whatever the disassociation was. I do feel like this is somebody who has dealt with their fair share of misgivings in their life. And I do feel like this is a social thing, not just one particular person. I'm getting a notification as I'm talking to you, so of course I'm tilting my head. Okay, I'm still being pulled to the Rider Waite. Wish fulfillment. You have to find a new way to be happy. You have to find a new path to behold in your life. There's something that you have been so strung up on and it hasn't been growing. You're not seeing the payoff. You need to go and work on a new project in life, have a new focus in your life. When you alleviate the pressure off of whatever that dead end was and you put your focus into the Empress, I think you start to realize just how these challenges were pretty insurmountable. Yeah. And I think the new direction is going to be a major sense of relief for you. I'm being pulled to the angel therapy, Archangel Michael. Music, nature, study. Divine guidance, listening, healing. So, whatever this new venture is for you, Archangel Michael. Where the hecking heck is the book? Yes, you wanna know why I'm gonna read this? Because I can. Archangel Michael. What is it that you want to tell the person watching this? I've had this deck for like 4 or 5 years now. And I have very rarely ever referred to the book. But I'm still using this after 5 years. And I think it's a pretty rare deck at this point. But it's worth nothing. You want to know why it's worth nothing? Because somebody poured their coffee all over the cards and they're water damaged, and I'm so mad. I'm sitting here thinking about that as I'm looking for Archangel Michael. Well, at least you know that I'm being authentic. Through this card, Archangel Michael is making his presence known to you. Hey, how's it going? So he is the symbol of true courage, stemming from the knowing that God's love is the only love that there is. Michael is letting you know that as you make the changes in your life, as you encounter challenges, you are safe and secure. God and the angels help you stay true to yourself during trying times. Have a heart-to-heart discussion with Michael often and pour out all your concerns to him. Don't worry about overburdening him. Like all the archangels, he's able to be with everyone simultaneously who needs him. He has no limitations of time or space so that he can help you and others concurrently. So you're being told to unleash your pain to source, to spirit, to the angels. And again, I'll say this every time, I'm a big mental health advocate. I want you to be able to use your resources that are at your disposal too. There's all these resources online. Hey, even the new safety number is 988, and that is the suicide hotline. And I know I probably shouldn't say that word, but honestly, that's the easier way to access it now. If you have nothing else, if that's your only resource, use that, but use any healthcare professional at your disposal. What I'm seeing in this is unleash that to them, and then there's the music, nature, study, divine guidance, listening, and healing. So it's this point of understanding that the changes that you need to make in your life and the feelings of failure that you have come across as of recent, it's unleashing it to source and spirit so you don't carry it in this new healing phase of your life. You're reconditioning your vibration and finding some sort of grounding and balance. And I think that you're starting to get into the cycle with the nature around you. It's time for you to sit back and observe who you are and what your essence is as a spirit and as a person. And also start to listen to the signs that spirit is giving you about the person that you have become and what you are becoming and what needs to heal in order for you to get there. So, you know, the Archangel Michael, and I've heard this many times before, regardless of what your belief system is, your higher power, your creation, your creator, even if you think that it's, you know, merely a nameless energy and science that has created you, that is your higher power, and you are created in that sense of likeness. So anything that you could exchange an energy with has already known exactly what it is that you are constructed with. So this is saying a lot of people hold back this anxiety and fear of really either trauma dumping or letting spirit know, or even science know, whatever it is that you pray to, exactly how annoyed or hurt they are. But the thing is, the very thing that you believe that created you or that has developed a world for you knows exactly who you are and what you are made of, and it already knows what it is that you want to verbalize to it or what you want to express to that source and spirit, and it knows that kind of burden that you've been carrying. And I know how this can sound, especially if you are not a spiritual or faith-based person, which is fine. I honestly do not care what you believe in as long as you are following, you know, like the golden rule. So the healing in this is completely unfiltered, dropping that onto that source, to spirit, to that faith, that belief, everything that has been weighing on your heart through fear, through anxiety, through anger, through wrath, through simply being hurt, these hopes, these dreams, these desires. And know that spirit is always listening to the very echo of what is at the core of your calling, your words, your verbalization, or your whatever, the way that you express yourself. So when you're doing that, when you are dumping all of that, it's not that you're constantly living there in your head. You're not. You're actually taking all of that that has been weighing on you for God knows how long, and you're giving it back to source and spirit so that it can create it into something that is healing. And I do see that there will be healing that you're going through, but you need to do it in a very grounded way. So the divine guidance is knowing that whatever you are dumping out, and wherever you are, and whatever you need to talk to source, to spirit, or to anything, whenever this happens for you, know that what that energy is next to you, listening to you, guiding you, completely compassionate and understanding, because God knows that this world sometimes can lack all of those things. So chances are you've probably been feeling quite disheartened and alone. And I know that we all can be there at times. But Spirit is saying, I know that you are feeling this way right now, but I promise you, you are not there. You are not alone. Even though you feel like you're alone, you feel like nobody can reach you, you have a family in this life. Whether it's your family of origins, your birth family, or it's the family that you construct with surrogates in your life. There's no wrong way to make a family, or maybe it's your spirit family, maybe it's your spirit team. You're not alone in this incarnation, and everything that you've been going through, everything that has been weighing on your heart, understand that this is being cleansed of right now. And I do feel like it is your spirit team that is doing it. And again, I know how that can sound, but it's a huge effort on the spirit part to make you feel at ease and allowing you to move on into the next enlightenment, but also so you can start to get that amazing person that you are back. The best relationship that you have is the one that you have with yourself and your source, your spirit, your God, whatever it is that you believe in. That is the most intimate one. It is that silent voice that is with you. It's your internal monologue. It's all of those things. But also, side note, even though it's that, I said this in previous readings, and I'll say this every time too, if that little inner monologue is doing nothing but berating you, I need you to know that that is still not you, and that is a very grooming and conditioned voice from somebody who has tried in some fashion in your life, tried to contain the energy that is you. So talking with that to source, to spirit, with yourself, working out, understanding that this was not you, and that this was some sort of wounded energy. This is something that you can start to process and release. But as you're processing it and releasing it, there's something else that starts to take shape with it. There's something else that starts to fill that void. So you have to ultimately decide what is in that void. And we have the blessing in disguise. You're going to have a new co-pilot. And do I think that this is a love connection? No. What I see this is a more confident version of yourself. It is definitely a spirit guide that is coming in, who's not here to hurt you, but who's also going to help navigate some sort of healing in your life. So whatever the disheartenment has been, your heart is going to be going through a healing. You will have a sense of unity and family. It is so imperative that you stay grounded while you're doing this, because the work that you are doing is extraordinary work, and it's highly intense. The entrepreneurship is actually talking about how you have to do this for yourself, by yourself, and not with somebody else physically orchestrating it, because it's going to put on this pressure if you have to do this for somebody else rather than yourself. And they could tell you time and time again, this is for your own good, but you have to actually want to heal yourself. That's what the difference in how this is going to play out for you. So, part of your divine guidance, your coworkers and teammates loyally at your side, you're going to feel success in this. It's going to be steady progress in you, and ushering out that old pained voice and ushering in something that is new and more purely based, and that is one of your biggest cheerleaders. I say one of them because you have to be your biggest cheerleader. So after all is said and done with that, what you have to look forward to is open dialogue. I do feel like you will be opening the channels of communication between you and your spirit guide, and I think that you will be getting help in opening up that communication. So you might be looking at some sort of metaphysical shops or spiritual shops, or maybe some sort of courses online to help you open that dialogue. Maybe you're going to be open to an online community or one in your physical environment that is going to teach you how to be more open and take note of what signs to kind of look for in this, but it's also going to be gaining your confidence. Okay. This is all about your emotional sensitivity, finding your tune, and I really feel like this is an important part of child retrieval. So I feel like this energy that is talking that you're invoking again is something that you had when you were very youthful, and this sensitivity was a superpower for you. And I feel like you're afraid that you lost that forever, and while you did lose it, it is time for that retrieval to come back in. And in finding this mentor and like-minded people, either in the physical environment or in an online community, you're going to be able to find your own rhythm again. And you'll be able to start trusting your emotional sensitivities And there's still going to be these apprehensions while you're doing this because it almost seems too easy, and it almost seems in that same breath too intense. So this is why it's so important to have that open dialogue. But all you're doing is needing to get your foot in to the door with spirit with that. So after all is said and done with this, I see a lot of the anxiety dissipating out of your life. And there's no more disasters. I see success and independence coming your way, but also I see like you're on top of the world with it. You feel incredibly confident, your heart is filled with light, and I feel like this is balancing the masculine and feminine aspects of yourself. Because remember, the beginning part of this reading was talking about how toxic femininity was prevalent in your life. This could be internal, and if that is, again, I don't know exactly what to say to you, but if it's external, then this is going to be something that you remedy within yourself so it dissipates. I really do hope that this made sense. If you do have questions about booking any kind of reading or any kind of service, go to the description at the beginning and the end and on the main page, and let's set this up. All right, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Talk to you soon. So you're moving up, and I mean it. You are moving on up to the east side. You finally got a piece of the pie. Don't hate me, don't unfollow me for that. I couldn't help it. I really couldn't help it. And I really tried. You saw the beginning. I paused for a moment. I paused. For where you're going, you have to let go of what it was that you're so desperately hanging on to. It's not suiting you. And this is some sort of an addiction of yours. This can be an addiction of substance, work, it could be people, it could be all of those things. Whatever is dominating your time in a very unhealthy manner, that is something that you're going to have to let go of. Even if it's a grudge, you're going to have to let this go. Where you're going, there's no room for grudges. There's no room for hanging on to these points of escapisms, and you need to come in with the clearest energy. So I really feel like you're going through some sense of purification. So maybe what you're feeling right now is the last throes of birthing pains, and that because you are definitely, without question, being reborn. So listen to your intuitive feelings. You know exactly what it is that you need to let go of, and you know how you need to enter this in fearlessly. So Archangel Michael and Raphael are going to lift out any fear-based energies from you, your surroundings, your situation, and everyone involved. Then we have your body is telling you a message. So I kind of want to go and look through two different decks and see what this is. Archangel Raphael. So there's healing that needs to be done. Yeah, so the Archangel Raphael. What's this? Stay positive. This is your mental health that you need to clear out. So there's been probably a lot of people who have wounded you in your life, and I'm sure that that has caused a lot of trauma in you mentally and in your physical body. It's hard for you to just get through the days, it looks like. And you don't want to even give your all. It looks like you've given up on life, and Spirit is telling you, stop giving up. Stop. I know that's easier said than done. Just don't do it. No, duh. But that's so much deeper than that. I can see just how disinterested you are in trying. You don't want to try and be let down again. You're tired of waiting for people to come around again. And this has got to be something that you got to get off your back about you. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for your life to happen. Stop waiting for people to prove that you are worthy to have a life that is beautiful. I mean, there are some things that you're going to have to let go of, without question. And you're going to have to find new ways of being happy. But maybe what is in store for you is better than what you could have imagined. With our minds, we can be our biggest limiters in that. And you're having all of those limitations ripped off of you right now. And it feels like the most god-awful band-aid taking up so many layers of you. But you still need to take this off. That all these layers have been long gone for so long. Long gone for so long, okay. But what's underneath is going to be healing, and it's going to take time. And it's going to be something that makes your heart really beat again. You don't need to be afraid. You're not here to go through pain after pain after pain after pain. Your life is not a cautionary tale of pain, but there is a point of surrender so that you can get into this place of authentically, well, not only just being present, but being where you need to be and healing where you need to heal and calling in this new phase of yourself. You have to do this with a clear slate, which is why so many things are falling away right now. I know it is so painful, but where this is going, you'll have to look back in hindsight and see how this was worth it. I really hope this made sense. We have some pretty awesome leader energy here. It says King and the Martyr. So self-sacrificing and taking the lead. Let's look at the light attributes of this. Enlightened, benevolent leadership, leading those in your charge, learning to transcend nature of service to oneself or a cause. So yes, you are devoting yourself to being a leader and for a major cause in your life. There's been a lot of uproar in various parts of the world with many things that are a catalyst for change, whether it's where you are on the fence about war and birth, all these things. I'm going to be super vague about that. But what I'm saying with this is you're seeing a cause that's worth fighting for in your life. And I don't think that this is on any sort of small scale. You have been noticing the uproar around you to such a massive degree that this is something that you can't ignore, and it's something that is causing a very deep agitation with you. So I see that regardless of what it is that you're finally standing up for, you are going to stand tall. And this, I see that this is gonna, when you work together with these other leaders, it's going to make a massive change. This is to transcend a world that is, it's transcending to a world outside of yourself. Then we have the priest, and this is also in the light attribute. So facilitate spiritual commitment, serving as a channel for spiritual energy. I think that this is you being called to, through Source, Spirit, God, you are being called to stand at some sort of attention in your life. You are absolutely, without question, standing in purpose. Do I think that you're going to lead us to drink Kool-Aid? No, not gonna do that. But I do see that you are going to be breaking ground. And what's the words that I'm looking for? I'm having a hard time saying this, and if I'm not careful, it's going to sound absolutely cultish, bat crap crazy. So I'm going to be careful. Give me one solid second. I'm going to, you're making a vow. You're making a vow to stand up for a cause, stand up for what's right, and to take the lead and to have other people stand beside you. So this is going to be taking a really major turn in your life. I do feel like you are standing in a strong sense of spiritual enlightenment and purpose. Whole new sense of being coming from you. So check out the mini read before this. This was talking about stripping away the layers so that you can actually stand strongly, not only in your convictions, but in a new sense of spiritual purity. Be very careful with that. Time for you to dive deep into your healing. This is going to be a really long road for you. There's toxic energies around you that you need to do a cord pulling ceremony. You can find those on YouTube, or we could do that through a guided meditation. You can find my ways of contact on the main page or at the end of this video. So let's see, Archangel Raphael and books. I really want you to dive deep into the self-help section of a bookstore, and even your life. Like, start looking into self-help, start looking into some sort of mental health work. I don't care if it's talking to counseling or talking in a support group. I just want you to really take care of this, because this is the science of studying yourself and breaking the habit of being yourself. And I think that's a Joe Dispenza book, and I actually recommended it to a client yesterday. Hang on, let me find it. Yeah, so this you can find this on Amazon. You can find it in any bookstore. You can find it online. You can do the audiobook. the best-selling author of Evolve Your Brain. So how to lose your mind and create a new one. And I think that he means that in a very playful way. So let me just even like pop open the book to a random page, which I kind of did this, you know, right here, but you kind of can't tell. So it's like, oh yeah, let me pop open now. So I was popping it open to this. Change and our relationships, breaking the ties that bind. I'm going to read this little clip to you right here. Most relationships are based on what you have in common with others. So think about this. You meet a person and immediately the two of you compare your experiences as if you both are checking to see if your neutral networks and emotional memories are aligned. You say something like this: I know these people. I'm from this place. I live in these places at different times in my life. I went to this school and studied this subject, and I own and do these things. And most important, I've had these experiences. And the other person responds, I know those people. I've lived in those places during those times. I do these things too. I've had those same experiences. Thus, you can relate to each other. A relationship is then formed based on neurochemical state of being, a neurochemical state of being. Because if you share the same experiences, you share the same emotions. So this is saying you need to study and see what you've been sharing those emotions with yourself. So think of the emotion as energy in motion. If you share the same emotions, you share the same energy. And just like two atoms of oxygen that share an invisible field of energy beyond space and time in order to bond together in a relationship to form air, you are bonded in the invisible field of energy to everything, into person and place in your external life. Bonds between people are the strongest they're the strongest though, because emotions hold the strongest energy. As long as either party doesn't change, things will be just fine. What inside of you has changed, and what inside of you has changed when you've been hanging on to something that hasn't changed? This is what you need to let go of, because you're going to be bonding with new energies out there. So dive into the self-help section, get some sort of support around you. And I guess I'm recommending Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, because that's a gem. And I hope this made sense. Let me know how this turns out for you. All right, so you folded on some sort of belief because it wasn't strong enough, and that's fine. I'm not saying you weren't dedicated. I'm just saying this was not going to be the way that things were supposed to turn out for you. You needed more structure, sound. You needed something that you could get away from. And I think that you are ready to move on. So this is talking about some sort of personal victory in which you have grown. So I think that you have been doing enough grooming of self and getting away all of this dead ends and dead split ends in your life, so that you could just not have really anything holding you back. There's such a point that you couldn't escape for the longest time, and this was such a burden on you. And I see that you had to almost cut off from yourself emotionally until you started working on your emotional maturity, because other people were, making you stick around for them. And this is not going to be something that kept you grounded. It wasn't something that was productive for you. You were at a point of burnout. You, for all intents and purposes, needed to be free and fly free and keep curiosity kind of at your side with whatever it was that was trying to hang on to you. It's like you became a mindless drone, and that you had to disassociate from yourself, and that seems like it was highly agitating. So while people are sad that you had to kind of let them leave your life, I see that this is probably in your best interest, because moving forward, you are taking control over your own choices. You're going to cut yourself away from the past hang-ups, and you're not going to let any people kind of come in quick to try and, resurrect some sort of a connection with you. Yeah, you're flying high, you're independent, you're working on your confidence, and I see that you're working on really staying grounded and working on some sort of new growing ambition of yours. So I hope that this made sense. You need to accept who you are and where you are in your life, and you need to pull back your energy, because I feel like there's too many non-professional influences that are really clouding your judgment. And I feel like this has been a lot of insistence on people who barely knew their keister from their elbow, and now it's like you need to learn how to trust your own judgment again. And I don't feel like you're in a place to do that. Ugh, I hate that this is ruined. Okay. So the new beginnings coming into play in self-acceptance. What would it mean for you if you stop seeing yourself as such a damaged good? If you were not so critical of yourself, what would happen with all that free time in your life? This, I see that your life is about to get a lot more accepting and kind towards you, which I see that you might not even know what to do with yourself if it's you who's truly accepting themselves. So, what card do I want to work with? The archetypes. Tell me about the self-acceptance of you and what this is going to mean for you and I guess the next chapter. Oh, really? This many? Nope, not doing it. 1 or 2, not 5, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, monkey toes. Here we go. The Seeker. So, inability to commit to a path unfound. You're going to go exploring. The Samaritan refines the capacity to help those you prefer to ignore. Companion. So, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. So you are going to be incredibly loyal to this path, but you are not going to be committed to one path, which may make you feel like you're out of your mind, but you have to see yourself as a multifaceted human being who has a lot of good that they are going to do to help people in this world. You are somebody who sees a solution for every problem, and you have no problem giving to the best of your ability to people who genuinely appreciate it. So this, yes, I do see you as the Seeker. Do I think that you're going to be committed to one path for your entire life? Heck no. Furthest thing from the truth. You are here to serve, and you will find any way that you can serve and serve that purpose and then move on to the next purpose. You are a spiritual vagabond, and I think that is so cool. All right, so this is about romance, but I don't really feel like it's a romance with you and another person. I think that you need to start loving yourself. And I know that you probably already clicked away by now, but if in the off chance that you're still here with that, you need to fall in love with your playful nature, the one that sees magic in every move, the one who is so free that they don't overdo it on anything, like they have to hoard it and hold on to it. They're able to let go of the sense of control and realize that being in a constant state of flow is the control, and the intention of where this is going to flow is all that matters. When you learn to love and appreciate yourself and see yourself who you truly are and evolving into, the true miracle starts to happen in your body. When you stop criticizing yourself and you allow for your playful, childlike energy to flow through you, your body starts to change, your body starts to lighten up. This is everything that I'm working on right here. This is beautiful. So the intention of the enchantment. What magic do you want to see in your life? What is it that makes you feel grounded and balanced and centered and feeling like the air just simply moves through you? What is it about you that you need to let go of and pour out? What seems to be seeping through the cracks of yourself? You don't need to hold it all together. This is something that is trying to come out of you so that you can be made empty to be filled with something new as you repair the cracks. But first, in order to repair the cracks, you need to hold yourself completely empty and see exactly where the cracks are and what you are truly made of. What is the essence of your substance? And then start seeing that there is this playfulness, this zestiness, this curiosity of which you can start to fill your actual life in. How can you treat your body like this magnificent vehicle that it is? How can you be honest about yourself and treat yourself in a way that is so incredibly true to you but not others? How can you see the magic in yourself and in the way that you can change things about you and manifest all these wonderful qualities in your life? This is what I kind of want you to focus on. So when you do that, I have to shuffle the cards I already had out. The truth and integrity and the enchantment about you. So the truth is that you are truly this amazing, divine, and magical person who really needs to talk about what makes them so magnificent, what makes them so beautifully pure and innocent and curious. How can they be open and vulnerable? How can they share all their insights? When you're working from a place that is in a constant state of flow, this becomes your natural expression. So I see that this is going to be the way that you fully step up and represent yourself. Do I feel like it's going to be an endless bout of words? No. But I think that you are going to be coming to a place of thoroughly expressing your very honest and truthful nature. And I think the essence of the nature is you are a giant child in the best sense, curious, beautiful, innocent, and incredibly playful. Let yourself be that beautiful big kid that you are, and let yourself play with this awesome magic of life.